Bienvenidos a todos ustedes. Welcome all to my channel, Dolls by Mr. Fabre. And if you haven't guessed, I am Mr. Fabre. Oh my goodness. Let me just start off by saying I'm very giddy right now because I actually have a video worth posting. So, how is everybody today? Welcome back to my channel. It is currently March 20th, and I hope you all have had a great week so far. Hopefully your Friday has been off to a great start. So I am very excited because I actually have something to review. I haven't really been I have not bought any dolls in the month of February. There weren't any releases that had sparked my interest. And then we head to March, and then I probably dropped at least 2 to 3 bills on some dolls. So of course, if you read by the title, I am here to review the Barbie Basics second wave of the new Barbie Basics, the 2026 collection. So I have models 6, 7, and 8, and I have model 9 on the way. So of course, these dolls for me in my world have been highly anticipated, and I was expecting to get these dolls in February, but the rumors, of course, they're just rumors. So of course the official release date was literally yesterday, I believe on Thursday, March 19th. So typically I do buy my first wave or first set of dolls through Mattel Creations, and then on Amazon, if they're available, I will buy the second set. Typically with the Barbie Basics, I like to collect 2 dolls, except model 8, I only got 1. But usually I like to collect 2 because I like to keep 1 in box, and I like to reroute and restyle the other one because I still want to keep the doll in its original form, because when I collect, I usually 9 times out of 10 will always have a doll in their natural form. I won't add anything to them, or I'll make the very, very most minimal alteration. So I like to keep the doll in its original state. So, but I also like to have a second doll that I can customize and make my own. And I like to do it with these dolls because I will say, for the price point, I don't mind it. If it's a more expensive doll, then I try my best not to touch them at all. But anyway, we're just going into, I'm just rambling at this point. But yes, I'm going to review each doll separately, and I'll make 4 different videos once the last Barbie Basics doll comes in. I'll make a review on that. So yeah, let's get started. So I'm going to review the first model, which is model 6. Oh yeah, just a heads up, I did not get the male doll. I know that he was probably the most anticipated doll because I think he has a new like slim body or something. Personally, I don't like to collect male dolls, so sorry if I'm not going to review him. But anyway, so we have the model 6 here, and she has the same, oh interesting, I'll get to that in a minute. So we have the same packaging from the previous Barbie Basics of 2025. It's just very basic, very black. It's nice. I wish that the clear thing went all the way through, because again, I like to keep 1 doll in box. So I would have preferred for this all to be see-through so we can see the entire outfit. And I understand that, you know, the intended purpose is to take these out of the box and to play with them, but I also like to keep them displayed as well in the box, but whatever. So yes, this is how the doll looks. And something interesting that they did is in the back of the box, they actually put all the models on display, which, you know, in the last wave, we had the poor little Leah, or, you know, Kayla Leah, just here by herself. So it's good that they put them all together, because I did find that a little strange that she's just all on her lonesome. And I think this is new as well, where they have the model here. I don't think they had that last year. I'd have to double check.
Yes, it did have it.
This is how it looks, and it just has the little saying here, customize, personalized play. And every Barbie should have the wardrobe essentials, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, So yes, this is the back of the box, and we'll go ahead and get started. So I will go ahead and I will flip the camera over, and then we'll go ahead and do the in-depth review. All right, so here is the Barbie Basics model number 6 out of the box, and she comes with, of course, the certificate of authenticity, which is a pretty long one. I've never seen it this long, but I think it's also, what I find interesting is that they put it in different languages, because typically it's always in English, right? I'm assuming. And then the paper does have some rich detail on it. It's not just like, you know, like printer paper. Now, let me just say I was on like the doll forums and doll Instagrams, whatever, like whatever social media doll news that you get your information from. People were saying that she was going to be on a tall made to move body, but when I unboxed her, I thought like she doesn't look tall. And I went on Mattel Creations to look at the product details. And apparently she's an original made to move. So then I thought, oh, well, maybe the doll with the Victoria sculpt, maybe that's the tall made to move. And no, she's an original as well. And I told myself, oh my God, like there are no tall made to move dolls, which is interesting. But I also have to remember that the Barbie Basics You Create kits that released this year, one kit was the tall made to move. I guess it does make sense considering that we already have the tall made to move from, excuse me, from the Barbie Basics You Create kits. Anyway, so yes, this is actually an original made to move body, so not the tall. And of course, it comes with the doll stand, but with the neutral base, which I think is pretty cute, and it differentiates, you know, the first wave of Barbie Basics versus the second. And this is the face of the doll. She has the goddess face sculpt, and I think she looks absolutely stunning. The face screening is beautiful. I love her lip color. It's very, very nice. And she has some beautiful long brown hair that reaches like up to her booty. And she does have different shades of brown. One thing I like about, oh, do you see that? That's a little questionable. It looks like there wasn't enough. I think they left like a little patch of hair. Interesting. Yeah, if you see there's a tiny gap there, you can see her scalp from. I guess that wasn't rooted properly. It's okay. So, what was I gonna say? Oh, what I was gonna say is what I like about the way Mattel roots hair. I like that they add multiple shades of the color just so it's not one-dimensional. Just because I mentioned when I unboxed my some of my Bratz dolls, I noticed that they only have one shade of hair color, which I mean, it's not like a super like distracting thing or something that's not gonna, you know, it's not gonna ruin my life or anything, but preference wise, I do prefer the doll to have different shades of or different tones in their hair. And yeah, I can see like the little highlights of like light hair, dark hair. Very nice. Okay, so then she has these like gold hoop earrings, which are very pretty. I've never seen the sculpt before, so I don't know if this is new or not. And then her hair is just very simply styled. She just has like her bang pieces pulled back. And I don't know if I've mentioned, but she has the goddess face screening. And then her top is probably my most favorite thing about besides, you know, the doll itself. The top is definitely one of my favorites. Very innovative. Not innovative, but I mean like they've never done this before to my knowledge. And it's just attached with Velcro here. But I love these type of like, it kind of looks like one of those like tied up top type of looks. Very cute. And then we reached the skirt, which is probably my least favorite. It literally, I think I mentioned this in my my Barbie Basics You Create, I think neutral kit number 3 with the fair skin tones. With this, it literally makes me think of like those fashion packs that you can buy at Five Below. I think it's called like I forgot what they're called. They're called like fashion style or something like that. Like they're those cheap Five Below dolls, and they come with their own fashion packs, and they have a skirt that looks just like this. So for me, it's like I can't look at the skirt without thinking about that fashion pack skirt. And it's so cheap, and it's fraying, and it's just like I mean, it's slightly better material, but it's just so lazy. Like, y'all couldn't give her at least like, you know what I think would have been nice with this? If they gave her some sort of shorts like they did with the first kit of the Barbie Basics You Create. That would have been nice. Like the shorts with this top. I don't know why they gave her like just this lumpy skirt. I don't know. And I also find the length as well to be very awkward. I feel, personal preference, if there's a doll that's wearing a skirt, I would rather have it be maybe up to the knee or above the knee. So it's like, it's either going to have to be like a regular, like a Catholic school skirt, or like, you know, a middling skirt, or like a mini skirt, you know? And I'm just discovering this now. She has some protective covering to cover her knee joints. And then with this skirt, it is just, you know, an elastic here, so it can fit all the Barbie dolls, or the Barbie Basic dolls. And then it is just hemmed here. It's not lined. And then we get to the shoes. The shoes are very nice. This is another mold where I don't think they've ever created. If they did, let me know. I've never seen these before. And I like the color. But I wish maybe they would have added another element in here, because it's like you have the beige, you have, or the tan, then you have the gold, then you have like another type of goldy bronze, and then you have like these that are like like a dark gold color. I wish that the outfit was a little bit more cohesive. I will say, I think these are just like random fashions thrown together, which I understand to an extent, because, you know, this is about customizing the doll. But I mean, I wish they would have come with like a more, like a base, cohesive outfit at least. Then you can swap and personalize, customize, play, as they say. But yeah, this is the Barbie Basics doll number 6 in the Goddess face screening. And all of the Barbie Basics come with the Made to Move articulation, where they have mobility in the head, the shoulder, I don't know what this part is, the bicep. They have double jointed arms, jointed wrists. They have the, what is this? The chest articulation. And then of course they have the leg articulation. They can go up side to side. They can bend at the knees, and they have the ankle articulation. And of course, with all the Barbie Basics, now they come with the neck peg mechanism where they can just remove it. This actually came off very, very smoothly. I will say that, because those Barbie Basic kits, oh no, those heads were attached on there. It was like, eh. Anyway. All right, so yep, this is the final look at the doll, and I will flip the camera over and give my final thoughts. All right, so my final thoughts on the Barbie Basics model number 6 with the Goddess face screening. As I say about most of the dolls I collect, because if I didn't, I wouldn't get them. She's a very beautiful doll. The outfit, I feel like it's a hodgepodge. I feel like it should have had more cohesivity, if that's a word. It needs to be more cohesive. Maybe if they gave her like, I feel like I wouldn't have minded the skirt if it matched this material. And maybe if it was a mini skirt, that would have been very nice. Or maybe the shorts. Maybe if they made another version of the shorts like they did with the first kit in the Barbie Basics neutrals, that would have been nice. I feel like I like everything about it, but it's just this that is killing me. I don't like this at all. Because yeah, I just find this skirt length to be very awkward. Unless I feel like this will work, but it would have to be, because like I said, I'm very particular about my skirt lengths. If you're not trying to do a Dior cut, then don't do this style. You know what I'm saying? It's like, if you're gonna do like that, like mid calf or like the Dior style, which is like up to here, that vintage Dior like silhouette, I mean, really go for it, because this is just like meh, you know? Overall, the doll's very nice, but it's the skirt that I think is the biggest eyesore for me. Or maybe if it was even just tighter. There we go. See, that looks 10 times better. Okay, actually, it looks a lot better actually if it's like this. I got a sewing machine, so I can just sew this myself if I wanted to. But low key, it looks so much better if it's like, I don't know what these are called, pencil skirts. I don't mind the length at all. But when it's like this, it's just very to me. But this, okay, now, okay, she's serving. Okay, now she's serving. Okay. With this, I'll give her like a 9 out of 10. This is like a 7. So currently she's at a 7. But once I'm able to do this to her, she a 9. She a baddie. Anyway, so also, these dolls did spike up in price, not by much, but these are now $27 when the first wave of Barbie Basics were $25. I don't know why they're just slapping on like that $2 extra price point. That's very interesting. I don't know. But anyway, yep, this is my final thoughts on the doll. She's very pretty. If the skirt was tighter, it would have been a lot better. Anyway, well, that's all I pretty much have to say. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and I hope you guys will tune in to see my next Barbie Basic review. So, bye-bye.